Welcome to this video presentation. My name is Theodor Stimets, and I will show you a tool that we developed in the recent years. So I come from an online shop, Optics Trade, and we mostly sell hunting and sport shooting equipment. But most out of everything, we sell sport optics and mounting solution. And if you know this niche, you know that there is more than 5,000 different types and models of optics, everything from rifle scopes, red dots, thermal optics, and so on. There is more than 10,000 different rifles and handguns, and there is more than 100,000 different mounting solutions that connects these products together, because usually all of these products are meant to be used in assemblies. And we didn't even touch the accessories, because there is probably more than a couple of hundreds of thousands of accessories. And all this is forming really great conditions for some serious problems. And for the last 15 years, our shop and myself personally, we were always confronted with what fits together and what doesn't. How to mount a specific rifle scope to a specific rifle. How to mount a specific red dot to a handgun. And we invested really a lot of effort into creating databases with all mounting standards. So first we defined all the compatibilities between different products. We call them mounting standards. And we defined the groups of products which share these same mounting standards. Let's say rifles with the same mounting surfaces, like Remington 700 and Sauer 101. They share the same mounting surface. Or let's say for red dot sights, you have a Aimpoint Micro, which has a specific mounting standard, which is shared with many other similar red dot sights. And when we formed all this data into databases, and when we gathered all this dimensional information and everything, we seen that there are clear groups of products with the same mounting standards. So this part of the equation we were solving quite well, and then we have seen that unfortunately this is just a part of the equation, because all of these products have their own dimensional properties, and they interact between each other. So even if you know what fits together, it doesn't mean that you're able to actually mount it together. And most common problems are, you have a scope mount which is suitable for the scope you have and which is suitable for the rifle that you have. But then you see that when you put everything together in place, that the scope mount, the rifle scope objective bell is touching the barrel. And this is something what you really don't wish that it would happen. Then very similar problem is that objective bell is touching the sights. Also, especially with a little bit longer scopes, this is a quite common scenario. And then with modern scopes, a lot of modern scopes have bellies under their turrets, which can also touch the scope mounts. The Schmidt and Bender scope in the picture is a prime example of that. Apologize. And then with modern scopes which have a bigger eyepiece, because bigger eyepiece means better eye box and usually wider field of view, a new problem occurs, and that is that the bolt handle of the rifle, when you try to repeat your rifle or load it, it hits the eyepiece. All the new color scopes, all the new Swarovski Z8 Plus have really big eyepieces, and many other manufacturers in the industry are following this example. And with mounting of these scopes and rifles, in a lot of cases, bolt handle is touching or it's hitting the eyepiece when you try to repeat the rifle. Then with all the accessories, even if the accessory can be mounted in a system, you can have, like with this on this picture, you can have an obstructed field of view, or it doesn't even fit because there is not enough room on the tube of the rifle or on the rail or anywhere else to attach any kind of accessory. And then we come to the front attachments and rear attachments. So front clip-ons and rear clip-ons. And there are, again, so many problems that can happen. It can happen that the adapter doesn't go on the objective bell of the rifle scope because the objective bell is too close to the barrel. Then, like in images here, you can see that the front clip-on is touching the iron sight. Very, very common, especially in Europe with old European hunting rifles, which people still use. It's a nightmare to get the front clip-on on. And with the rear clip-ons, either with night vision clip-ons or let's say cameras, which are very popular, again, there are so many cases where bolt handles hit rear clip-on. And because of all these problems, we already started to search for a solution like 8, 9 years ago. And unfortunately, we were not able to find it. So we found no software that would know what fits together, would be able to establish how products interact between themselves, and would be able to calculate all the dimensional properties on the fly. Especially when you take into account that you're able to move the products. Because let's say rifle scope can always be moved in their mounts either backward or forward. So we decided to develop such tool from scratch. So welcome to our mechanical matching 3D configurator. So this configurator, I will show it how it works. You basically start building assemblies with products in this niche, let's say with rifles, and with each product you're able to define everything the same way like in the factory when you're ordering what kind of barrel, which caliber, if it has iron sights or not, which color of the stock, which style, and so on. You're able to configure it the same way like when you're buying it. And then a 3D model of such product gets loaded into the system, and it's 0.1 millimeter accurate. And then you choose the optics the same way. Let's say we'll choose like a Magnus, a wide angle one. And now the system is offering you mounting solutions that fit below on the rifle and above on the optics which you choose. And now you get an assembly of 3 different products. Like I said, the upper limit is between 30 and 50, it depends on the hardware. And in this system, everything is 0.1 millimeter accurate. And you're also able to move all the products the same way like you would be able to move them in reality. So now you have a really nice visual representation of how the assembly would look like. You're also able to animate the bolt handle travel and everything else, but it moves. And you can go even further. So here we have a ZAR 505 with Steiner scope and an MIK mount. And let's say we can add an additional red dot sight on the tube of the scope. That's an Acro C2. And we will choose 1-piece mount. You can also choose 2-piece mounts if you wish, let's say with a Picatinny interface in between. Now you see that something happened, that we have to move this like this and it work. So the system automatically sees the problem and you're able to resolve the problem immediately, or choose different mounts, choose different optics and so on. You're also able to move all the accessories in all possible directions. Let's say like this. And you have a nice visual representation if this dot will work or not. And you see it doesn't have an obstructed field of view. It will work really nicely. And you can go even further. Let's say here we have a K95 with already the red dot and all the accessories. You're also able to choose the stocks. You're able to add the moderators, bipods, and so on. But let's say that we will try to resolve a problem if a clip-on, let's say a thermal front clip-on, fits in this setting or not. And we will immediately see that there is a problem with the front iron sights. We'll choose a clip-on adapter. And now we see immediately that there is a problem, that the front iron sight is protruding inside of the clip-on. We're also able to animate, like I said before. You can animate all the movements to see what happens. And now what the system offers you is, if you're a gunsmith, the system will also offer you that you are able to remove the upper part or upper and lower part of the iron sight, but you are also able to swap the mount. And let's say that we swap the mount for a higher one and see if this problem can be resolved this way. Because in a physical store, this is usually what you do, but it takes a lot of time because you have to now remount everything and so on. But here with this system, we choose a higher mount, and immediately what we see, what happens is that there is no collision anymore with an iron sight. You see there is space here. So it's not a problem anymore. So we believe that this tool will be of immense help to all the salespersons and gunsmiths and similar who are dealing with such problems on a daily basis. And what's also really nice with this system, that you can move any part you wish, and all parts, all the models in the assembly which are affected by this move will also be moved at the same time, and all the dimensional properties will be calculated on the fly. So basically what we are able to do now is that, or let's do it like this. Now we are able to see all the distances. Let's say you see here all the key distances, but you are also able to measure anything what you wish specifically. Let's say we want to have a vertical measurement from the mount to the scope, and we see there is a 9.2 millimeter. And now if we say, okay, we will move the scope again. Let's say that we will move the scope forward. Okay, and if we now do the same measurement again, we said now it's 1.2 centimeters. So all the dimensions are calculated in real time. And if I go further, basically, if I go through the functions which I demonstrated here, so we are able to build assemblies with up to 30 or even 50 different products. It depends on the hardware of either your phone or your PC. You can detect all the collisions, and you can do all the physically possible movements of the products in the assembly, and they affect on all the other products in the assembly. Also, all the dimensions are calculated in real time, and you're able to simulate all repeating movements, let's say like bolt handle travel, clip-on attachment, and similar. And especially with bolt handle travel, you're able to see immediately if it hits the eyepiece or not, or similarly. The system also calculates all the weights of the elements. So when you put everything together, you see the total weight at the end. And it gives you the possibility to measure all the dimensions and all the collisions, because all the points of all the models are calculated in real time. So who we think will be the prime users of this tool? We think that this is going to be gunsmiths and salespeople in gun shops and hunting shops, because their job is going to be much easier with this tool. So the sales process is going to be it's going to be faster and with less problems. We also believe that end users will use this system online, because today we live in the world of do it yourself. So a lot of end users will check how all of their products which they are thinking of buying work together and how they are able to be assembled together before they do the purchase. And we also believe that many of manufacturers of products in our niche will use this tool on their websites, because it will enable their customers to see how everything fits and how it looks together before they decide to purchase it. We also believe that a lot of users of manufacturers will use this tool for the development of new products. Because if you're, let's say, developing a new scope mount or a new rifle scope or a new red dot, you're probably going to wish to see it how it looks on, I don't know, 100 different rifles before you actually commit to the serial production. And if you wish to be a part of our community, because we are building this tool for already for 5 years, but now in 2025, it's finally going to be released. So for gunsmiths and salespersons in hunting shops and gun store, or if you're an owner of a hunting shop, please subscribe to our email list so that you'll be among the first to be notified when the tool becomes ready. In the beginning, it's going to be for free, and we would like to popularize it as much as possible so that everybody uses it. For end users, it's the same. Subscribe to our email list so that you get notification when you're able to log in and try to use the tool, and you're able to build your dream assemblies of all the products and so on. For the manufacturers, it's also one additional part where you're able to help us, and that is if you provide us with models, we only need external surfaces of models, you will make your products faster to appear faster in our software. And this is going to make lives of your dealers and your gunsmiths and everybody who sells your products a lot easier, because they will be able to sell your products faster and with less problems. And also, we believe that this is for all the dealers and all the shops that are not selling your products already, this is going to be a marketing for you, because we believe that when they will see your products in the system, it's basically the brand awareness rises on all of these products and so on. And also, if you wish to integrate this tool on your web page somewhere in the future, let's say 1 year from now and so on, please contact us and get in touch. So as a conclusion, we believe that this tool is going to solve really a lot of problems in physical shops and also online. A lot of doubts if something can be mounted together or not, and which problems will arise when everything is mounted or not. This tool solves these problems. We also think it's a perfect solution for really complex assemblies. When you have 20 different products in an assembly, from optics, accessories, and so on, our system really helps you a lot of visualizing how this will look and so on. We also think that this tool will solve a lot of problems with trial and error in physical stores, where you need to assemble everything together and then you notice that the scope on is too low. And in e-commerce, we believe that this tool will bring the returns down, because people will not order products that don't fit so often, because they will be able to check in the tool before they make the purchase if everything fits or not. So if you like the tool, if you wish to become a part of this community, please send us an email or visit our webpage. Thank you for watching, and if you have any additional questions, please do not hesitate to contact us.